Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to my apostles, elders, and teachers at Great Millstone who taught us this truth. This is Yahweh from the service of Yahweh Yahweh Shai from the Las Vegas, Nevada branch camp. I'd like to say shalom to the hopefully elect. Lately, the brother's been getting on these women, and you women, you better get some act right juice. The Lord is he's pointing a finger at you now. Jake is catching hell, like the brother said. Jake is catching hell all over the place, but the finger's getting pointed at you now. So you better get some act right, or you hopefully elect women. You better get some act right, because the Lord about to pour out His indignation upon this place. So let's get this video right here.
We've told you about the struggles of many Southern
Slock, can you turn it up?
Tonight, we're digging deeper into resources available to them. Fox 5's Victoria Saha spoke to legal...
Slock, yeah.
We've told you about the struggles of many Southern Nevadans to keep a roof over their heads. Tonight, we're digging deeper into resources available to them. Fox 5's Victoria Saha spoke to legal aid about the ins and outs of eviction court.
Lines out the door at the Civil Law Self-Help Center Monday. Each person with their own worry, holding on to any ounce of hope. We found Alexia
Slakia. They said for every 100 persons, 16 of them is being evicted right now. You do the math on that. Let's go to this lady right here. Her hair is done. You know what I'm saying? But how you get evicted?
Who knows what it's like to be forced out of her apartment.
They wouldn't even let us get our stuff out the apartment.
Back in 2020, Hull and her mom were evicted. But on Monday, with a baby...
Slakia. I know her name is not Hull. You know what I'm saying? I just caught that. I just caught on to that.
It's like to be forced out of her apartment.
They wouldn't even let us get our stuff out the apartment.
Back in 2020, Hull and her mom were evicted. But on Monday, with a baby in her hand, she was trying to get the eviction fixed.
Come on.
But on Monday, with a baby in her hand, she was trying to get the eviction.
Come on down, Slakia.
But on Monday, with a baby
forgive
in
me,
her
forgive
hand,
me.
Who knows what it's like to be forced out of her apartment.
They wouldn't even let us get our stuff out the apartment.
Back in 2020, Hull and her mom were evicted. But on Monday, with a baby in her hand, she was trying to get the eviction off her name so she can find a place to live. But the challenges continue.
The rent is so high, and then you have to pay for food and all that stuff and clothes.
She's been on a waiting list for Section 8 housing since 2019. High rent.
You hear that? She's been on a Section 8 list since 2019. What year is this? 2024. She could have been going to school while her mother watched the kids. And while she go to school and get a degree, she could have been a doctor by now. And what was her name? Ho and her mom? Hey, let me read this real quick. You know what I'm about to get. These women are at ease. Go on and get on that Section 8, girl. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm on. This is, where is it at? Here it is. It's Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Here we go. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. So she was at ease for 5 years now. And what was her name again? Let's do this again, man. Slakia.
And hard times are what housing attorney Harrison Bond knows what it's like to be forced out of her apartment.
They wouldn't even let us.
Lines out the door at the Civil Law
I'm just trying to get her name again,
Center
man.
Monday. Each person with their own worry, holding on to any ounce of hope. We found Alexia Hull, who knows what it's like to be forced out of her apartment.
They wouldn't even let us get our stuff out the apartment.
Back in 2020, Hull and her mom were evicted. But on Monday, with a baby in her hand, she was trying to get the eviction off her name so she can find a place to live. But the challenge...
Yeah, in 2020, a lot of people wasn't paying their rent either. They thought the government's gonna take care of their ass while they was locked up in their house. I ain't paying my rent. If you wasn't paying your rent, you should have saved all that money up.
Continue.
The rent is so high, and then you have to pay for food and all that stuff and clothes.
She's been on a waiting list for Section 8 housing.
Yeah,
since
rent went high in 2020 though.
2019. High rent and hard times are what housing attorney Harrison Bond says is what's driving residents out of their homes.
Ultimately, people have to be able to pay rent, and that's what we see the most common where, they fell behind on a month or two and they just can't make it back up.
Bond is setting up shop at the Civil Law Self-Help Center, answering any questions for those facing evictions.
I'm motivated by knowing that I can make a difference, and even if that difference is telling someone, listen, you're only going to have 3 more weeks within your unit, you got to find somewhere new right now. Because it's better that they learn from me here today than in court in front of the judge in 3 weeks.
New numbers showing us in 2023, more than 33,000 households were evicted in Clark County. So far in 2024, more than 6,000
Look
were
at that.
told they have to get out of their
Slock,
homes.
I gotta pause that. I gotta pause that right there. Look at that number. Wow. Eviction around the valley. This is only the early part of 2024. Already 6,000 and about 6,100 people already. And the whole year of 2023 is 33,000. And we barely in the 3rd month. So they kicking them out. Boy, oh boy, the Lord he's cracking down. It's about to go down. Just imagine all them people out in the street. Jacob's Trouble is part of you women too. So don't think you exempt from judgment. You know what I'm saying?
But Bond says it's always best to respond to your eviction notice as soon as possible.
It's better to come on the first couple of days that you receive the notice rather than last. I had a couple people today where they came in and the notice was already expired.
Because responding through the courts may be able to buy you some more time in your home.
You could always negotiate with your landlord to, whether that's make a plan, pay off everything before the hearing, or see if you can find somewhere else to go.
Victoria Saha, Fox 5 News, local, Las Vegas.
Attorney Bond says sometimes the best the attorneys can help with is getting the eviction off your record. It might be easier to find another place to
Shalom.
rent. Again, you do have to respond to every single eviction notice by the court. Clark County also has an eviction diversion program for the most vulnerable in the
It's
community.
too late now.
In order to apply, you have to fall
She
into
had
these
5 years
categories: 62 and
to
older,
do all this.
have young children under 4, or have a disability.
Instead, she got her hair
Attorneys
done.
will be at the center
Shalom.
every Monday answering any of your